All right, we are joined now by Queens head coach Grant Leonard. Grant, thank you so much for taking some time to join us tonight.
How are you guys? Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, first off, congrats on the great first season in the ASUN. You guys are just coming off a huge win against Kennesaw State on the road. What was that win like for you and your program on Saturday?
Uh, Obviously, it was vindicating for our guys. We've been really banged up. We still are, and just for them to be able to battle through that adversity and get that win on the road, I'm really happy for our guys and a testament to their character.
Hey, Coach. At the beginning of the season, the ASUN did like a basketball preview show, and you had the like preseason poll like posted up behind you in the locker room, and I saw that, and I was like, man, that's what I'm talking about. I think I'm going to be a Queens fan from now on. But what does it mean to you to kind of just be in the ASUN this year and have so much success after like in the media poll and the coaches poll? Like, a lot of folks faded Queens coming up to the ASUN.
Well, I'll be honest. We're coming off a 30-4 season and returned most of our team. We had an All-American that left and went to Murray State. But for the most of the part, the crux and core of our team we returned, and most of those guys have never really lost, not in high school, and if it may be junior college or even college. So for them to be picked last was offensive to them, and I applaud our guys for fighting through it, despite all the injuries and everything. And I can just say this: we're not a last place team. I know that for sure.
Well, Coach, for Liberty fans who have never seen you before, we're going to get a great taste of Queens with two games back to back to end the season. Kind of a wild way to end the season. I know you guys play a faster tempo, but tell Liberty fans a little bit about what to expect out of Queens.
First of all, I'd say first thing is we're going to battle. I think that's how everyone would describe us. We're a little undersized, especially since the leading rebounder in the league is out for the rest of the year. And but if you look at every position, for the most part, we're a couple inches and a couple pounds lighter or shorter than most teams, but yet we still do a great job on the glass. And our guys are just going to battle. Now, because we're smaller, we're going to spread teams out, and we're going to try and be aggressive while we spread them out. And that's pretty much how we play: is we attack downhill all game.
Is it kind of the mentality for you and your coaching staff and the players as well? I mean, I know you guys have a lot to play for with the tournament coming up, but with Kennesaw and Liberty being tied, is there like a little bit of a play a spoiler mentality to kind of just create chaos at the top of the standings there? Does that enter your mind?
It really doesn't, because it doesn't matter who we play. It's just the pride.
Yeah.
Pride that our guys play with. And we are playing, trying to get in the conference tournament and conference tournament seeding. But for the most part, our guys just don't want to lose ever. So they're going to battle every single play, just trying to win that play. And that's how our guys really compete on a play-by-play basis.
Talk to us a little bit about Kenny Dye. He's had just a fantastic season. He absolutely should be first team All ASUN. Tell us a little bit about him and what he means to your program. Is he a true senior? Is this his last year, or could he come back next year?
No, this is it. This is the farewell tour for him. And he starting for us 2018-19. And it was Darius McGee's first year too. And their first college game was a scrimmage against each other. How about that? And that was obviously when we were Division II. And but remember, because Darius wasn't even on our scouting report, and he lit us up. Hit a bunch of threes in the first half. It was a really tight contest. And Coach, I don't know if you guys know this, but Coach McKay's first college job ever was at Queens. He worked for Dale Lair. So Coach McKay is a friend, a mentor. He's given me a bunch of kind words over the years. But when I first got the job and we transitioned, he was really thoughtful, and I appreciate his kindness and mentorship over the years. But this game means a lot. Kenny Dye is amazing. He's amazing to coach. His character, his overall body of work. He doesn't wow you with wow plays. He just whittles you down play by play, like a surgeon. And truly great career. He broke our all-time scoring record this past week on Thursday. He's 11 assists away from being our all-time leading assist guy. He's got the most starts, the most games played, the most wins, the second most steals. I mean, the accolades are truly amazing.
Yeah, as a longtime Liberty fan, guys like Kenny Dye scare me a little bit. But is there any under the radar guys on your team that maybe have developed a little bit quicker than you thought they would, and maybe had more of an impact this year than maybe even you guys foresaw as a staff?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think AJ McKee was going to be scoring 18 points a game in league, and he's done a really good job. I mean, he's a sophomore guard from Charlotte. But he's really developed as a scorer. In high school, he only averaged 10 points a game. He was on a state championship team, did a great job in high school, but he's really developed into a really, really efficient scorer, and I've been really proud of him. And then BJ McLaurin has also, through Gavin Rain's absence, really come in as a double-digit scorer since Gavin's been hurt, and really proud of the progress he's made, not just offensively, but defensively on the glass as well.
Coach, outside of maybe the game on Saturday is, such a big win for you, what was maybe one of your other favorite moments of the season?
There's a lot, because I could go through, but obviously their first win versus Marshall in our first Division I game. Then, winning our first MTE in Jamaica was a big deal. Then we won 2 bye games this year, beating Bowling Green and East Tennessee State. All of those were huge for our program. And then our first ASUN game, coming back from down 16 in the second half, and really, versus Austin P and battling that. All those were honestly amazing, and then this win at Kennesaw was also great. Cause I don't think anyone at this point in the season, because how injured and how banged up we are, thought we were going to win that game. And for our guys to battle through that on the road against the team that was in first place, means a lot. Shows that our program is very capable.
How do you feel about these partner games kind of going back to back, and one home, one and away?
Yeah, obviously it's our first year in the league. So as soon as we got in the league, a lot of people were complaining, not because we're in the league, but the schedule changed, how scheduling changed. And I feel terrible about that we kind of threw a wrench in that. And there was no balance to the schedule. Like, for instance, our first week we play Austin P, and then we go on the road to Eastern Kentucky. That's like an 8-hour trip. Just to split that trip up, like, it was really hard on our guys, and Eastern Kentucky didn't play that Thursday. Then, for instance, I think that we have, you play 5 teams twice. Well, we got Eastern Kentucky, Kennesaw State, and Liberty twice. I don't think anyone else has the three top teams twice. And I'm not knocking it; just is what it is, because it was random happenstance for all that. But yeah, I think the league, as it progresses, we'll have to figure out balancing the schedule a little bit better.
Coach, obviously you guys are fighting to make the tournament. There's so many jumbled teams. It's been a fun year in the ASUN, and I think since Liberty's been by far the top, the league's been top to bottom. I think a lot of that is you guys' credit for that. Your non-conference schedule, you really helped the overall computer metrics and stuff like that. But what would it mean to your program to get into the ASUN tournament? Obviously, you guys aren't NCAA tournament eligible, but Bellarmine, we saw them win it last year, and it was still very, very special to them. What would that mean to you?
Chip in a chair, man. That's all you need. Once you're playing basketball, it's about making shots, and so we would love to get in the tournament. It's something that's a standard of ours. We've never not made the conference tournament since I've been at Queens. It's my 10th year, so it's something that's really important to our guys. That being said, this is a foundational year, and we're just trying to build from here. And I think we have a strong foundation with what we've accomplished so far, winning 17 games in our first year in Division I. But going forward, our standards will not change because we've gone from Division II to Division I. We expect to be competing for championships.
What's your thoughts on the ASUN only letting 10 teams in? Because I think this is the first year. I think there was a couple years they had like 1 or 2 teams didn't make it. But to be honest, those teams probably didn't deserve it, where there's going to be a team left out right now would be Jacksonville. That's not a bad team. They're a competitive team night in and night out. Is it kind of like cool that it creates this really fun final week of the regular season that maybe would kind of be more of a grind and played out, or do you kind of also like hate it at the same time?
As a coach, I would prefer that all the teams make it, and that's just me. I think that all the teams are in the league, they're members, and they should get an opportunity to compete in the conference tournament. And I always say that the cream always rises to the top. So I know what they're trying to do as a league holistically is they're trying to protect the top seeds. They don't want to have lower seeds get into the tournament and bring the higher seeds net and RPI down for seeding for the NCAA tournament. And I get that. So it's important that our league shows strength in the NCAA tournament, that we get the best seed possible. But at the same time, I think a lot of these coaches deserve to be in the tournament, and I'd like to see all of them there. So hope that we can find a balance as the league progresses forward.
Yeah, Coach, and I don't know how you feel about this. I sort of have mixed feelings on the reseeding, and also have a little bit of mixed feelings on the home, the higher seed getting home court advantage. I always kind of like those tournaments that are at a neutral place and the crowd is kind of 50-50. But your last kind of road trip coming up here is to Lynchburg in the new conference for you guys. Do you have a city or an arena that you've been to where you were like, man, this is a great atmosphere? And what have your thoughts have been about just kind of the road trips in the ASUN?
First of all, the cities are all fantastic. Really glad that we're in the ASUN conference, traveling to great places. And I mean that, like when you're talking about going to Atlanta, you're talking about going to Jacksonville, you're talking about going to Louisville, you're talking about going to Nashville, you're talking about great American cities. And we're in Charlotte. And so I believe our institution chose to align with the ASUN because they wanted to be with other schools that were in major metropolitan areas. And so we're a proud member of the ASUN, and excited to go to Lynchburg. Been there before, scrimmaged there before, twice. Once when Dale Lair was the coach, and once when Richie was there. And so the facilities for Liberty are amazing. I expect an unbelievable environment Friday night. That being said, the best environment we played in so far this year is Kennesaw. They had a good crowd. The band was phenomenal. And they're in first place, so they were really rooting them on. I don't think it was quite the crowd they had versus Liberty, but it was really good. And but we had them quiet a lot of the game, so I was happy about that.
Yeah, us too.
Yeah, well, thank you for that win. We all really appreciate it. Well, Coach, thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy schedule to join us. This was such a treat, and really looking forward to these two games this week. A lot on the line for both teams, and really just looking forward to the whole ASUN. I think this is going to be a really fun and fascinating final week. So thank you so much.
No, thank you guys for having me. Know this, Liberty is a class team. And like I said, Coach McKay is an unbelievable person, and I appreciate your guys' time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we're going to have a quick word from other sponsor, Ironclad Coffee, and we'll be right back.
Virginia's best and most flames-friendly coffee comes from Ironclad Coffee Roasters. Ironclad roasts and serves up their beautiful beans at 2 cafes in Richmond, but you can enjoy their crafted roasted specialty beans from anywhere in the country by visiting www.ironcladcoffee.com. Place your order there, and it'll be roasted to your order and shipped out directly to your doorstep.
Whenever you find yourself in the Commonwealth, pay them a visit at their 2 cafes in the Richmond area. Ironclad's owners, the O'Rourke family, are proud Flames Club members and are pleased to sponsor these podcasts by Sea Red. Hop on over to their website at www.ironcladcoffee.com now to get Virginia's best specialty coffee headed your way.